So we came into tonight with pick 35. We felt like we had a good volume of players in round two. We wanted to get back up in three. So we did that. We ended up, trading with Seattle there at 52 and then getting the pick 82 in the third round back. So we felt good about that. It was a 17 spot move, and with the first pick there at 52, we took Femi Oladejo, the outside backer from UCLA. Femi is a tough, physical kid that really just started playing outside backer the fourth game of the season this year. He was playing Mike before. He's developing as a pass rusher, so I think he has a lot of upside there as well. But he is, I tell you what, he can set the edge. He's physical, he's violent, and the kid loves football too. So that was a big part of it. And then at pick 82, we ended up taking Kevin Winston, the safety out of Penn State. Same thing with Kevin. He's a tough physical player, that probably went a little higher in the draft. He had the ACL in September, and we felt comfortable with the doctors that he'd be ready here for training camp. Two guys that we felt bring a lot of competitive juice to the defense, and physical tone setters as well. So with that, I'll open up the questions.
How difficult is it, Kevin, how difficult is it to make the evaluation when you didn't get to see him play a lot this last season?
Well, his tape last year in 23 was good too. He was probably, he's probably up there with the two top safeties that went, in our opinion, when we watched him. We felt comfortable. We met with him at the combine. Obviously had the medical there with the doctors. We got with them, and they felt he was on track, to be available in training camp. But we love everything that Kevin brings, though. He's tough, physical, loves football, all that stuff. So, and plus he's from DeMatha, where Denard Wilson went to high school, so that was part of it.
I know the approach to wide receiver, was it initially you were looking to go early and it shifted, or like how do you plan on attacking that position?
Yeah, listen, we have 6 picks tomorrow, so we still have a good volume of players there, and the fourth round and down that we feel good about. It was just a matter of we stayed true to the board where we were at. We felt like we had a lot of players there in the second round that we felt good about, and I thought it was important for us to get a pick in the third round too.
It's been, obviously, before you got here, that the organization has had some bad luck with players, drafting players who've been injured. Was there any concern whatsoever when you evaluated Kevin, even though the doctors had signed off on it?
No, we have full trust in the doctors. Kevin's 21 years old right now. He's a young kid, and the imaging looked good with the doctors, and we felt like he was on track he's going to be ready for training camp.
What's the challenge of kind of projecting, like you said, Femi's only played, a relatively few games. What's the challenge of projecting, what his potential might be as an edge rusher?
Yeah, well, he showed a lot of flashes of it too, and then we got to see him at the Senior Bowl too, especially in the one-on-ones, and you can see he's a kid with he's 260 pounds. He's got power. He's got long arms, 34-inch arms. So you saw the flashes, and he's gonna develop as a pass rusher. But you certainly saw some of the flashes where you said to yourself, this guy's gonna, once he gets some coaching there, and he only hasn't been doing it that long, that he's got a lot of upside to be a really good pass rusher in the league.
Did he kind of stand up for Mitchell, and how much voice maybe do you give coaches in this process?
Yeah, well, that's part of it. Yeah, he obviously liked him. We liked him too. There was a vision for him. I joke around with the DeMatha thing, but that's a joke. But there is a connection there. But obviously, like I said, it was the process that we went through. We involved the coaches a lot, and we took their opinions. We had to make sure we had a vision for the player.
How much can you realistically expect a fourth and fifth round rookie receiver to help a rookie quarterback in a rookie year?
It depends, Paul. I mean, some of these guys have traits, and that's why you take them in those later rounds, whether they have speed or size. All these guys, no matter where you take these guys, they're going to have to develop. You take them in the second round, third round. There's a developmental process to it. So we feel good about some receivers there, though, in the mid rounds.
Did you get a lot of action at 35, and did what happened right before you influence?
What happens is, at the end of last night, people are looking to come up to 35. So we had conversations with people last night and really all day today. And we felt like the deal with Seattle was the best deal that we wanted.
Where did you have safety ranked on your kind of list? How did you evaluate that as a
Well, I said we had a lot of needs, and at this point we were taking the best available player on the board, and Kevin was.
What do you feel like this draft is still deep where you can get some value in the third day? What position?
Running backs, receivers, those are probably the two deepest right now.
Brian has talked quite a bit about the culture of the team, and how do you feel these two guys tonight fit into that culture and maybe add to it?
Yeah, I think both these guys, because they love football, and everything, their work ethic, those are the type of guys that elevate the culture. So really, with all three of these, obviously Cam as well. You want to change the culture of a program, you take guys like that love football, love the process, and all three of these guys that we've taken so far fit that.
How important has that been in your evaluation in this particular instance of this team in terms of culture?
It's a big part of it. It's a big part of it. Obviously, they got to be good football players, but that part of it where once you start stacking guys in a locker room that all love football, they work, they hold each other accountable, then they really police themselves in the locker room. That's how you change the culture.
Would you have felt any more urgency to go wide receiver had you not picked up Lockett a couple days ago?
No, I don't think it really changed much with that. No.
Do you expect to get a lot of interest in pick 103? Has that already maybe started?
Not yet. We could though. So we'll get on the phones again tomorrow and we listen to all the offers. So we'll see what's out there.
I know you've already taken a quarterback, but has it shocked you at all to see Shedeur Sanders fall this far?
Yes, it has. Yes, because he's a good football player. It has. It certainly has.